بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Now, once we have some basic understanding of the routing and then static routing, default routing, and I expect you to have some basic idea on the dynamic routing as well, based on the CCNA studies. Now, whenever a router selects the best route, there will be some conditions. There are four different conditions it will go with. We generally say that, it will see the cost, it will see the multipath, or it will do the load balancing, those things. But let's try to understand the order of routing path selection process. Okay. So whenever a router receives a route, like in this example, we'll go with this table. Okay. Or I'll just go with this table first. This is the first table. Let's assume that I got a router and to reach, and there are three possible routes. There is a next hop 10.001, the next hop 10.002, and the next hop 10.003. Okay. Now, these are the next stops. Okay. So these three routes. Now let's say there is a packet which is destined for source, can be any, let's say whatever the source, random source address you can write. If the packet is destined for 192.168.1.0, okay. Now in this case, which one it is going to use? Because if you see 192.168.1. network, it falls here, right? This is also matching, and also it will not fall here. Again, we have to see whether it is a /25 or not. So it also falls here, and it also falls here because it also matches 192.168/16, right? So basically, there is always a possibility that one network may end up matching more than one route in the routing table. So it will always check the longest prefix. So if a packet is coming for 192.168, let's say if I'm writing 1.10, that's to be specific, if that is an IP, just we'll write a specific. So this specific IP comes in this range, because in this range it is 0 to 255. In this range, because it comes from 0 to 127. In this range, anything starting with 192.168. So it falls in all the three categories. So it will see the longest prefix. So whichever is the longest means /24/25/16, which is the longest /25. So now your packet will be always routed based on this. So if a packet comes with 192.168.1.10, which is destination, it will always use the longest prefix if it is matching more than one route in the routing table. Now, same way, if you take this table here, I'll take an example. Let's say there's a packet coming with 192.168.1.1. It will fall here because it matches first two networks, right? It also matches here. It also matches here. It also it will not match here. Okay, it will not match here because it is /32. So it also matches here also. Here also it matches because it refers to any. So it matches 1, 2, 3, 4 different entries, this one particular destination. So it doesn't mean that it will use all the four. It will always see the longest match. So this is /0, this is /16, this is /24, and this is /32. So it is going to use the longest match. Okay. So the router always decides based on the longest match. That's the first thing we need to understand. Now, what if the match is same? Okay. So what if the match is same? Which means now you're receiving 192.168.1.0/24, and there are two routes. I'm receiving from two different routes, and the match is same. Means it matches this one network, but there are two possible routes. Then it will decide based on the administrative distance. If you remember, already we discussed what is administrative distance. It is a trustworthiness of the information. If I'm receiving one route as a static, other one is from EIGRP. So static AD value is 1, EIGRP AD value is 90. So it will prefer static over EIGRP. Okay. So if the length is same, okay. So length is same is nothing but you are receiving the same network from same network, same mask. Okay. So same network, same mask. If the mask is same, then the next condition it will see the administrative distance, assuming that you are receiving two different routings. Now, what if it's the same routing? So what if I'm receiving this network from here? This is also OSPF. From here, this is also OSPF. And here, this is also OSPF. So which means the length is same. What is the first condition? The length is same. That's the first condition. There's a tie. So there is only one route. The second thing, there's also tie in the administrative distance because I'm receiving the same route from OSPF from multiple paths. So it's going to decide based on the cost. Again, what is cost? We'll see in the routing protocols. Basically, cost is nothing but the value which is going to determine the least cost is the best. Like in this case, let's say the cost is 10 plus 10, 20, 30, 40. So the total cost is 40. The total cost is 30 here. The total cost is 20. So whichever the route is having the least cost, that will be decided as the best route. Again, more on the cost metrics. We will talk about this when we go to the individual protocols like EIGRP have a different cost values. OSPF have a different cost values. BGP have different static. Static is manual. There's no cost values there. Now, what if there is a tie in the cost? Now, again, you may come across scenario where you go from this side. The cost is 5 plus 5, 10. The cost is 5 plus 5, 10. And the cost here is 15 plus 10, 25. Now, in this case, these two are the best routes. 10 is the best, the least cost. And assuming all these conditions already, there is a tie. So now it will have no option to decide. So what it is going to do is this router is going to install both the routes in the routing table. So you'll see both the routes will be installed in the routing table. We'll see these examples when we get into the load balancing examples in the EIGRP or OSPF protocols. It will install both the routes and it will do equal cost multipath, nothing but load balancing. So it will simply use both the routes to forward the traffic. So it will forward from here as well as it will forward from here. So it's going to install both the routes and it will simply forward the packet from both the routes. Okay. So this is something very important to know, especially when you are deciding the best route or whether you are facing the interviews generally to understand the order of path selection process. In general, in a normal any routing, it always prefer the longest prefix. If it falls in more than one prefix, then if the prefixes are same, then administrative distance will decide. The least is more trusted. And the third thing, the cost. If there's a time, if it is coming from the same protocol, the next condition it will see the cost. And if the cost is same, then it will automatically start doing the load balancing where it will install both the routes and it will start forwarding the packet from both the sides.